Hello and welcome back to the Dropout Dragon. Today we're looking at another DLC weapon that you get from trading the final boss of the DLC for the Crown of the Sunken King to Ornifex, which using this 40/40 quality build, which is totally uninteresting, we will look at the weapon now. This weapon is the Yorgh's Spear. I hope I'm not butchering that name, but I'll tell you, I'm probably going to butcher this weapon. Its moveset is so very bizarre. Some people are calling it the Santier's 2.0. I don't agree with that. It's not as effective as the Santier's, but it does do the damage, and it just has a very bizarre moveset, just like the puzzled sword that I had before, and hopefully I'll have more luck in PvP than I did with that one. But here we have this weapon. We are still using the Sanctum crossbow, which I showed off in the last video with the puzzled sword. So, it is some kind of lance, halberd, spear thing. It's bizarre, it's weird, and I will show you. So here's the R1 is the lance attack. The R1, one-handed, is the lance attack. You press it twice and you get this. Another lance attack. No big deal, right? Well, now it starts getting interesting. You press the R2 and you get that spear attack, the spear R2. But if you press it again, you get a very strange slam down attack, which doesn't always flatten the opponents, but I've seen it do it before. I think. It's a strange weapon. Its running R1 is unique to the weapon, I believe, but it does this weird hoppy forward slam down thing. Okay. And its rolling is a very, very quick lance attack. Okay, so two-handed is where this weapon gets really weird. You press the R1 and you get another lance attack. Okay, but if you press it twice, you get that, which you can see is very weird. There it goes again. Like, what was that? I don't know. It's some kind of new, like, twin blade movement. I don't know. It's very strange. And it does a lot of damage. As you can see, that's why they would call it the Santier's 2.0. Pressing R2, you get the halberd spin. Pressing it again, you get the twin blade R2. Which is equally bizarre, because it's the second attack, which you can catch people off guard with, by the way. So, its running attack is the lance running attack. It's like the lance R2, really. But its rolling is the twin blade, I think. The twin blade animation. It's kind of hard to see, but you do that pow, you know, that spin around attack. So let's go ahead and get into some PvP right now after already discussing this weapon. It's very strange. It's a very strange weapon. And it has a pretty high requirement. I believe, I know it's 30 strength, but its requirement, yeah, it's 30 strength and 30 dexterity. So, or sorry, 30 strength and 25 dexterity, which is no easy thing for a lot of builds. So if you might as well be a quality or an over-leveled guy or something, which I implore you not to do. But some people will do it anyway. So we have our Pepstis, and let's see if we can get some luck with this weapon, and I can show you some of the damaging combos you can get in it, and see if we can bait people. It's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. It can be buffed when it is not infused. I don't know if it can be buffed infused or not. I have not checked that yet. I'm sure people will tell me in the comments. So what we have here is a dagger build and a crit build, so jumping attack it is. Monastery Scimitar. We caught him. Caught him in the roll with that. Yeah. And he rolled through that. Yeah, he's getting nervous now. Bam. Goodbye. You're gonna cheese me with crits, my friend. I'm gonna cheese you right back. And that was the Sanctum crossbow, using its dark spear. It seems like a dark soul spear attack. We just we took that little guy out. Trying to crit me all day. As soon as you see the monastery scimitar, you just go ahead and you jump attack. You don't need that monastery scimitar waving around in front of your weapon. You don't need that. You don't want that. Trust me. Just go ahead and get rid of it, because it will hurt you. And as you can see, that dark soul spear thing that shot out of the crossbow, which you have to two-hand it to do, by the way. As you can see, its tracking was pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. It caught him in that roll. So, and this looks like it's going to be a failed duel, but oh well, we won our first match, so that's always a good sign. So we'll keep it up. we'll keep we'll keep it up, and we can talk a little bit more. And that's why some of you seem to like watching my videos, is you like the commentary, you like watching the duels and how the weapon is used. And I can tell you right now, I'm not 100% comfortable with this weapon. This weapon bothers me in a couple of ways. It's seriously damaging attacks that are related like to the twin blade movement seem to be always the second attack. And the second attack is normally when they're rolling away. Due to the most recent patch, stun locking people, which is great that they can't be stun locked, but stun locking people is much harder to do. In fact, it's impossible with some of the older combos, and I just wouldn't recommend depending on them just standing there, because that's not what is going to happen. They are going to move away. So, hopefully, I won't have to resort to the jumping attack every time, because the Monastery Scimitar is getting popular again. Thankfully, it's very hard to get for people who aren't muling, but that is a low number nowadays. So he's got his own little crossbow and a great axe. Oh, nice use of the crossbow. I was caught in that. Yeah, so he's using that crossbow quite effectively. Oh, yep. almost forgot it was there. You like crossbows? How about now? What a cheesy way to win, but he wanted to cheese it up. I showed him a real man's crossbow. One that shoots darkness right out of its ass. So we're showcasing the Sanctum crossbow. Poor guy. We got our damage in there, and it was just enough to cheese him down to nothing with that attack. So, oh well. It's a fine with me. But this weapon, like I said, I don't feel 100% comfortable with it. I don't think it's going to be a weapon I use a lot. Even though I didn't win very much in the puzzle sword video, which a couple of people probably snickered at. I feel I have more fun with that weapon than I did this one, even if it has a interesting move set. I don't know about this one. This one just doesn't complement. Its move set doesn't complement itself. It's not very good. You have to kind of bait it. It's definitely a strength weapon, but it's not. Honestly, I'd rather go for the consistency of a real lance. It just doesn't do it. Now it does a lot of damage, I could say, but I don't know. I just don't. This is not really a spear that I would enjoy using, or lance, or whatever the hell it is. It's just it doesn't seem to know what it wants to be. So we have a straight up caveman who's not a big fan of his stamina. Who, of course, stops attacking right as I get close to parry. And he's moved over to fist. What a champion! And it's kind of hard to direct this weapon too. As you see, I just kind of really botched that. He's switching it up. You sure this isn't your PvE build, my friend? We caught him in the jumping. Oh well. It's really hard to show this weapon off because it's kind of hard to use. So I'll stop with the one handing and see if I can get two-handed attacks in there. Show some of that off. I just like I said, I don't feel 100% comfortable with this weapon. I just know it will be used often because of its very high damage and its very bizarre move set. I know people will try to make what they can of it and catch people in these lance attacks, which we all know lances have the most eccentric hitbox I've ever seen. Let me just attack behind you and then hit you just square in the nose while you are nowhere near me. No big deal. Let me just get you. So we'll see how that is. So I think this weapon will be used because of those reasons. Its damage and its very odd move set. But I don't feel comfortable with it. It's not the kind of weapon I think that it just does not complement itself. I think, like I said, I love these weapons that encompass the different move sets in the game. I really do. Um, but just sometimes there's a couple move sets that just don't go together. So, which is my opinion. There might be some super pros with this weapon that know exactly what to do. Oh, here we go. We'll test it out. Santiers versus the Yorgh spear. And if I'm butchering that name, I'm sure everybody will tell me Yorgh. I think whatever it is. So, all right, buddy. Okay, little lag. Little lag. Kill it with fire. I said I'd be using the two hand, and I didn't. I completely lied. Okay. GG. I guess. What a weird night. This is the same night that I was doing the puzzle sword, and it's just been a very weird night for the arena. all the decent players are playing the DLC right now, and all the other guys are hanging out in the arena like, hey, I want to test out my DLC weapons, and some of them are like, I don't have the DLC. So, oh well. I say oh well a lot. That's starting to dawn on me as I make these videos. I'm starting to say things over and over again. The videos are melding together into one long, incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic. It's really quite hypnotic. But, oh well. I do what I can. I mean, a lot of you guys seem to like these raw, unedited videos, and that's how it goes. That's what I gotta do. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I, and I just don't have a whole lot to say about this thing. I feel obligated because of the fact I think it's going to be used a lot, just like the Puzzle Sword. I feel obligated to talk about it, but I don't feel like I enjoy it. Yep, alright. It's a wavy man. He likes to wave. And he's got a little dagger. Isn't it cute? His little dagger. Yeah, you like to roll punish? He's like, no, I like to backstab. That's what my build does. It just backstabs. That's what my build does. I'm pretty cool that way. I like to wear jesters too. He's just waiting for the backstab. They all are. That's what they're all doing at every point in time. And he's going to get another backstab. I knew it. I just don't find that kind of playstyle fun. I don't know why, but I just don't. I think it doesn't involve a lot of anything. It doesn't involve a lot of skill. You just have to sit in front of them and wait till their back is turned, and then that's it. You're caught with a weapon like this. With a weapon like this, you're seemingly in a lot of trouble when against a build like that. Mr. Backstab. Which is just, I don't know. I'm not trying to insult the way a lot of people play. I'm not really trying to do that. I just don't find that kind of play style fun. I think it's kind of hokey, and when I walk out of something like that, I don't feel like I had a good fight. And that's just me being honest. I don't think it was a good fight. I think it was you exploiting bad issues with backstabbing and criticals, and I think that's what it is. And I don't necessarily think I'm not guilty of doing stuff like that myself, but I don't think that building a building an entire tune based around the backstab, that's something I just could not do. Not me. Okay, this entire fight, I don't care what he's using. I say that, but I'll probably switch back to the buckler. But this entire fight, we will two-hand this weapon. We will two-hand it. So, a dual katana man who is going to figure out the hard way that I will outtrade him. He wants to be very aggressive. And I caught him in that twin blade moveset. See, I caught him that. At that time, I did get him. Nope, and he caught me in a back. It's that easy, folks. It's that easy. It's that easy. And yeah, he found out I could trade. He found out I could trade. I don't know. And there's going to be people who are very good with this weapon. I'm going to say it now. There's going to be people whose play styles very much accommodate a move set like this, but it ain't me. It ain't me. Lord knows. I ain't no fortunate son, not with this weapon. Not with this weapon. Dude, and I think it's more. I shouldn't say that it isn't a bad weapon or something I wouldn't use. I honestly would pick this weapon over a regular halberd, any day, just because it has that interesting move set, and I think it'd be funner to use. But it just doesn't click with me. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't click as well. I mean, the Santiers, we picked it up all like it was the greatest thing ever, and then we realized that everybody was using it. It was a little bit overpowered. It became very easy to parry, but the move set just kind of it just complemented itself so well But this thing, just like I said, I don't think it does, and I hope to be proven wrong. Okay, so we have a red rust, or a red iron, or whatever, dual guy. Guy with two of them. And I will trade. And I didn't have enough stamina. See, that's another thing too, is it takes a lot of stamina to swing this thing around. I did not have the stamina to bring up that second R2. And so he's gone. He got smashed pretty hard by that R1. That's the R1 with the attack. Whatever that is. I think that's kind of... It looks unique to this weapon. I could be wrong, but I can't see most of the weapon while it's moving so fast like that. But it looks kind of unique to this weapon. For all I know, it could be the second R1 of the Red Rust. God, Red Iron Twin Blade. But I don't know. I don't know what that is. That looks unique to this weapon. But I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I don't have. It's not something like the puzzled sword, which I really liked. I lost a lot, but I really liked. It's not. I don't have a lot to say about this one. It's not like that. I don't know. I feel like I'm now talking in circles, which I am. I am talking in circles. I need to stop. So maybe there's a weapon setup that complements this one. Maybe another scimitar class weapon in the offhand, and maybe putting that together will do something. So this guy is definitely not a fan of magic. That moves too. Yeah, he's trying to parry it, but and make sure to bring out that Mellow Scimitar. God, Monastery Scimitar. I'm getting everybody's name wrong. Make sure to bring that out so you can win. Shame. See, that's one good thing about it. Oh, he has decided it's crunch time. Oh, he's doing pretty well with it actually. Swinging it around like that. And that is an interesting backstab. Oh, well. A very interesting backstab. I don't agree with that backstab. I I disagree on a very high level. I'm gonna write a letter. The committee needs to know about that one. That backstab was that was questionable. I'm not saying he's a hacker. I'm saying just the lag got me. But, oh well. Again, God, I keep saying that. Oh well. Maybe because like I said, I don't have anything special to say about this weapon other than pick your targets. Pick your targets well. Pick your shots. Pick your timing, your place, everything. You need to you need to play smart with this weapon or you're going to die. It does trade better than most weapons, but it's slower than most weapons. So if I had a scimitar or a longsword, we're going to trade the first hit. Both of us are going to be poised out of the attack. You're going to press R1 with your lance, but it's not going to matter because the guy's going to hit you with the longsword and you will not poise through that because when you want to poise, it won't happen. So, and this is another serious problem is when you're against an agile defending opponent who wants to, he's using a katana, I think, who wants to dodge. Yeah, he is. A weapon as slow as this one, other than its rolling is very quick. And what, did he know I was going to do that? I should just not have my buckler out ever. Yeah, you want to backstab? You sure? Because I can play that game. Well, according to the last guy, I could not. Yep. We're at a little bit of a rolling. I think we have the same agility. Yeah. I don't want to play shoulder tap with you. Kind of making him keep his distance. He doesn't do a lot of damage with that katana, so we're lucky in that sense. Aha! He's like, oh yeah, I got magic. I hope you can dodge that. That's your magic now, friend. Yeah. Get cheesed. Aw, what a shame. Now, will he be caught? Oh, he dodged it. There he goes. Alright. He's running. He's running. We got a runner. And we got him. So, GG. Oh well. Oh well. I mean, he's just he honestly he was just sitting there thinking, God, if that thing hits me, I'm in trouble. So he just kept his rolling up, and I did too because I really didn't want a bunch of backstabs on me because it's really easy to get backstabbed with this weapon. Um, Moving around it is kind of difficult, even though it has its lance hitboxes that could potentially just continually hit your opponent while they're trying to roll around you for the backstab. It just doesn't. I don't know. It something about this weapon kind of turns me off to its move set. I don't know what it is, but it's something about it just it doesn't click. It looks cool, and I think that it's. I think that the fact that it slam jams pretty much is cool. I think that it's considered like an ultra weapon, but it's not. You know, it's still parryable. But it makes the noises of the ultra weapon. You do feel like you're using a very heavy weapon. But I don't know. Its moveset just doesn't complement itself. I have not found a way for the moveset to complement itself. I guess maybe I'm missing something. I don't know, but you guys can tell me in the comments below. Uh, I used this weapon during my live stream, and I I was a little bit more lucky then, but now it just people are going to catch on to this weapon very quickly, and they're going to catch on to how easy it is to take advantage of its slowness and that all of its very damaging attacks are on its second attack, not its first. So maybe they can trade well with it. So it's gonna be interesting to see how people jump and dance around this weapon. So either way, well, in summary, you guys want to follow me on the live stream? There's gonna be a link in the description below. I live stream almost every single day. It is my full-time job. It's what I do. If you guys want to come in there and subscribe, follow, even donate if you want to, it's all up to you. It's totally free to make an account on Twitch and join up with the fun. Talk to me, ask me questions that'll be answered live if you guys want to be part of that. And follow me on Twitter if you want. There'll be another link in the description. And in summary of the weapon, like I said, it takes a lot of stamina to use. It's a very high requirement kind of weapon. It's also really heavy. I also forgot to talk about that. It's really heavy. It's 19 pounds. Or units, or whatever the hell they use for this friggin' game. It's probably more than 19 pounds. It's 19 units. It's very, very, very heavy. And it's just, I don't know. Is it worth it to get? Yes, it's worth it to get. Play around with, see if you can make a build that's better. I think maybe as a pure melee build, I don't think that it would be very good. I think this weapon needs to be complemented with maybe some casting or something, which would be a very interesting build to see. So, alright guys, that's pretty much all I have for you. You guys have a good one. The Dropout Dragon is dropping out.